So many beginner Amazon sellers struggle with product research, but it doesn't have to be hard. You're just being led astray by terrible advice from gurus online, from someone who actually made over $100,000 profit my first year. This video is going to be a step-by-step, no BS guide to actually find profitable products fast, even as a complete beginner starting from scratch. And if you stick around then in this video, I'm going to give you a big list of tips a ton of people gatekeep that'll make your product sourcing journey 10 times easier. And if you're interested in personalized one-on-one hand-holding directly from me to start and grow your Amazon business the right way, check down below at the link in the description for my coaching program application. Let's jump right into the video. All right, guys, so we're here inside my screen on the Calvin Klein website. Now, the best way to sell products on Amazon as a complete beginner is online arbitrage. Buying discounted name brand products from big retail websites like Kohl's, Walmart, Target, Calvin Klein, etc. to flip on Amazon for a profit. This is way better than Amazon wholesale, where we buy products in bulk from manufacturers and distributors. That takes way too much capital and is super, super risky because you have to put a ton of money into just a couple products. Or Amazon private label, where we buy products from China, then create a brand on Amazon. That takes a ton of money and a ton of time because it takes a while for the product to actually get here from China. And then once it gets here, you have to create your listing, do copywriting, do photography, and spend a bunch of money on ads. The nice thing about online arbitrage is we can get started nice, small, and low risk, where we can test just 5 to 10 units of different products and sell a bunch of different stuff in our store at the same time here. So I'm gonna show you guys a couple examples of winning products, and then the best way to actually find winning products as a complete beginner, and those tips then that a lot of people gatekeep. So taking a look here, we can see this Calvin Klein underwear is going for $24.50 over on Calvin Klein. And then over on Amazon, it's going for $37. Now, the only software you want to be using to do product research, guys, is going to be SellerAmp and Keepa. A lot of people recommend complicated and expensive software that's not even really that effective. So all you need when you're a complete beginner is SellerAmp, which is $20 per month, which tells you how fast a product sells, if it's profitable, and if you can sell it from an ungating perspective. But don't be freaked out about ungating. It's nice and easy. I have a full ungating tutorial on my channel as well as the Keepa Chrome extension, which shows you if a listing's actually been profitable over time. So SellerAmp shows you if it's profitable today. Keepa shows you if it's profitable over time. So for example, here on the buy box on Amazon, so this is where we want to be as a seller here at $37. This product's going for $37 in the buy box here. Then we can buy it for $24.50 over on Calvin Klein. The nice thing is shipping from the supplier to you is almost always free. Most websites have a shipping threshold for free shipping right there. It's like 50 or 75 bucks, for example, right? And then shipping from you to Amazon is actually already factored in on the SellerAmp calculator as well. So the nice thing is we buy these products to ourselves, then we ship them off in bulk to the Amazon FBA warehouse after we package and label them ourselves. I have a full tour for that on my channel as well here. So just thinking to ourselves, buying for 24, selling for 37 is probably close, right? And that's where SellerAmp comes into play. So we can go ahead and plug in $24.50 here, and we can see just about break even after shipping, fees, etc. here. But I can see that if we do our cart above $100, we get 20% off. So for example, if I take off 20% from this, now this listing becomes good, and we can see it all turned green here, right? So basic product research criteria for beginners is under a 200,000 sales rank. That's how fast a product sells. This is a 6,000 sales rank, so it's incredibly good. 3,900 sales per month across all variations. Above $3 profit per unit, above a 30% return on investment here. And then we want to take a look down here on the Keepa chart and make sure that the price, the pink line on the top chart, is either stable or going up, and that the competition, otherwise known as the new offer count on the bottom chart, is either stable or going down, which we can see in this case, it's trending down here. The price is nice and steady on the top here. So we can see that's not bad whatsoever. And I know, guys, taking a look here, I can see that this product doesn't ship from Amazon. It ships from the customer. So this is what's called an FBM seller. So we can price above them as an FBA seller right here, because Amazon wants us to sell products to FBA because they make more in fees compared to UPS making more when you ship the product via UPS for individual shipping here. So I can actually go ahead and price above this as an FBA seller, probably like 7 to 10% higher here. So this listing gets even better here. Now we'll take a look at another example, then we'll dig in and find some winners. So we can see these bras are going for $23 on Target. Then over on Amazon, they're going for $38 right here. But we can see once again, FBM seller right here. The nice thing is that you can sell products FBA and FBM even at the same time, the same product on the same Amazon account right here. So for example, right, we know we're pricing above that, right? So probably like 41 or 40 here, right? And then we can see, so we price at 41. We can see these guys are going for 23 over on Target here. So unfortunately, Target doesn't have an extra like sale like Calvin Klein does right now. But I can use discounted gift cards on Target. So we can see discounted gift cards here from Card Bear. If I buy an $100 gift card for 90 bucks, that drops 10% straight to my margin here. So for example, Target, we can see 4, 7, even 10% discounted gift cards here. All the providers on Card Bear are legit. It's actually really easy to go ahead and use it here. Say we meet in the middle, say we get like 7% off right here. So now we take off 7% from this, and now it becomes even better right there. And that's the name of the game with Amazon product research, guys. We just want to use that basic product research criteria. So now let's find some winning products as well. The best way to find winning products is not going to random websites and look through their clearance sections or using any sort of automated software. None of the automated softwares even work. The best way to find products when you're a complete beginner is SellerAmp storefront stalking, basically looking inside the storefronts of other sellers to see what products they're selling that sell quick, and then going ahead and tracking down those products at profitable prices here. So the way I'm going to do that, guys, is by going down here and scrolling on SellerAmp and taking a look at the other sellers that carry this product that we know are making lots of money. So sellers with like 25, 20 plus reviews here. So for example, so opening these sellers up here, so we can see 29 reviews right there, right? 54 reviews right here. Right, we can see 528, holy crap, right here. So that's the nice thing, is that you can see winning products in my videos and literally get started storefront stalking from here. So for example, right now we can see here all these listings that other folks are making money on. So for example, from an ungating perspective, right, if you're ever worried about ungating, check out full tour on my channel here. Nike and Adidas are currently what's called hard gated, where they're not accepting applications for new sellers here, but pretty much everything else is good to go. So for example, like Calvin Klein, we already did really well on. Right here, right, we can see these other sellers carrying these too, right? So for example here, right, we can see, like Tommy Hilfiger, right, like Gap, like Alfred Dunner right here, these other clothing brands that we know folks are making money on. So for example, like 181K rank, let's take a look at that here. 213K rank, but 400 reviews, that's still fine right there here, right? Because sales rank changes throughout the day here, right? Jockey, we can take a look at as well. 70K rank right here, right? 2K rank right there, right? So we can see, we know folks are making money on this stuff, and then all we need to be able to do is find a couple of these at profitable prices, and inside the storefronts of other sellers here, we can see all the brands they carry, all the categories they carry here, right? And that can make the process nice and easy, right? Same thing with this other listing. We can go ahead and see, who's making money on this here. For example, the seller's crushing Calvin Klein, right? And crushing Jockey and these other brands here, right? So for example, right, let's take a look over here, right? We can see more Calvin Klein products, 27K rank. Let's take a look at that here, right? 3K rank. And the nice thing is you can ungate Calvin Klein just using 2 orders of 5, 2 orders of 6 from the Calvin Klein website. They do have an order limit right there, right? We can see Tommy Hilfiger. We can take a look at that, right? J. Crew. It's a popular auto ungate brand right there, right? So we can see 183K rank, right? 14K rank, right? So we can see this. We know folks make money on the stuff. Now, all we have to be able to do is plug this in and see if we can make any profit as well. So coming to this listing right here, we can see there's lots of different other colors and sizes here. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go down here and hit variations, the variations tab on Keepa, and then I'm going to see which variations have good offer count movement right here, right? So taking a look here, right, going to the variations tab right here. Now, we want to go ahead and see which have good offer count movement after taking a sec to organize your comms. Like, this is one of the first things I do with my coaching guys, is make sure all their settings are correct, because so many new Amazon sellers get that wrong, even though it's actually super easy to set up. So I just want to see, okay, what has good offer count movement here? What's got like good wiggle in the sellers? For example, like this is Blocky. Literally, it was out of stock for a while, which is not a bad thing at all. We can see like this looks decent here. Let's see. So 35 here. Let's take a look at these guys right here. So let's see. So 35 here, right? So plugging these guys in on Google here, right? We can see, okay. So these t-shirts here, so 22, right? So let's see. So 22 here, right? So we can see 21.9, right? That's close. But the Tommy Hilfiger website, I actually know that if we scroll down here, we can go ahead and get an extra 20% off right here. So taking 20% off, this is actually good here, right? The problem is this size is currently out of stock. So this is actually not good right here. Well, it's good, but it's not currently in stock. So what I do in this case, I'd add it to a spreadsheet to come back to it in the future right there. So that's not quite there here, right? These Alfred Dunner pants here. Ooh, these look promising. Yeah, buy boxing at 50. Rare, so let's see. It does have the private label alert, but that's just due to low competition right here, right? Alfred Dunner stretch pants here. Let's see. Taking a look at these guys here. Super stretch. Okay, here. Stretch denim short. Okay, so I don't think these are the super stretch ones. Let's see if we got the normal ones. Yeah, let's plug these in here. Let's see. Alfred Dunner here. Yeah, you can always use the Amazon search page too. Let's see. Okay, yeah, here we go. So Alfred Dunner super stretch right here. Let's see. So taking a look at these guys here. Stone. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Wow. Yeah. So should be a first winner of the day here. So let's see. So yeah, taking a look at the no buy box stuff. Let's see. So 6, right here. Let's 6 petite. Okay, let's see on Google if they got the petite ones right here. Let's see. So 30 right there. So that's not going to work. Okay, so those guys aren't good. No problem here. Let's see, these guys cooking along here, right? Variations tab, super, super important, guys. That we're tapped in on that here. We can see like that looks pretty good, trending down right there as well right here. Let's see these white ones here at 46, right? So let's go ahead and plug these guys in right here. Yes, boom. Okay, here we go. Sweet. So this should be in stock here. Let's see. I feel like Alfred Dunner doesn't really sell out super often here. Let's see. These guys are white, 8, 12, 14 here. Let's see. So M Capri here. Let's see. So yeah, it looks, yeah, so should check out right there. Right, we can see Capri's right there as well, right? So we can see they have the buttons on the side there. Let's see. Oh, okay. So I don't think these are quite right based on that. But yeah, obviously, you can look into this on your own here and everything, right? So obviously, not every listing is going to be profitable here. We can take a look at these guys here. Let's see. Yeah, 36 here. Right. Let's see what can make money here. Let's see. So we want to find these for like 18 because for stuff to be profitable, we have to pick it up for like half or less. Right here, let's see 23 on those guys here. So let's see active stretch here. Let's see. So yeah, 23 right here. Okay, so we got XLs here. XL, okay, so 36. We're paying 23 here on Kohl's, right? So that's close. Let's see what the Kohl's discounted gift card situation's like. Okay, so 10% here. So let's see. So we take off 10% from this. We can see we're close. Still not quite above that 30% ROI criteria that we need to be at. So people might be getting those at like outlets, for example, or something like that in person right here. Let's see. Let's go to variations on these guys. Let's say, hey, what's got good offer count movement, right? What's got folks consistently selling out here? Okay, a bunch of these guys. Cool. All right, yeah, 40 right here. These black and white ones, probably some of the quicker moving here. Let's see. Yeah, all black ×3 right here. Let's see. Boom. Okay, check it out. So let's see these grays here. Let's see. So yeah, black Calvin Klein right there, nice and standard. Black text right there, Calvin Klein. Just these briefs right here. Okay, cool. Right. So we can see here. Yep, stretch boxer briefs. Okay, so let's see. So taking a look here. Ooh, yeah, this is perfect. So we can see here. So 19.97. 19.97, totally trending in the right direction. Competition going down, price going up. We can also see over on Nordstrom, if there's any good discounted gift cards too. Yeah, 7.5% here because the key is, I checked on ChatGPT, right, a couple weeks ago, right? Nordstrom gift cards work on Nordstrom Rack. So say we're able to get like another 6, 7% off here. So for example, we take off 7% off, even better. That's the name of the game with Amazon product research here. So we can see we found one item that was good but out of stock, one item that was pretty close, and then one item that was good. And this is exactly what you need to do here is we need to be taking advantage of these different discounts and tricks that work. And now let's dig into more. So far and away, what beginners get wrong with product research is strategy. They want to do manual sourcing. They don't do storefront stalking as well as discounts. This is the number one big benefit of my coaching is I just plug you in on all my favorite discounts, tips, and tricks here, right? A ton of beginners expect items to be profitable at the advertised price. Instead, you need to go through this checklist for each website so you can see which discount methods are applicable for a certain retailer. So for example, you always want to be checking the coupon extensions, Capital One Shopping, Cooper, Be Frugal, Rakuten, Retail Me Now, and Coupon Birds. You figure out which ones you like best over time, as well as taking advantage of evergreen email account and text sign-up coupons. So using like a catch-all email, which you can set up via Namecheap to reuse those coupons, as well as using a text now or Google Voice number to use text sign-up coupons again and again. Digging around for coupons on Google, honestly, or just asking customer service is a really good tip too. Discounted gift cards on Cardbear and Top Cashback to lower your buy cost. Different rewards programs like Kohl's Cash, you always want to check out through an account on these different retailers, so you can take advantage of that too. A tax-exempt certificate on sites like Walmart and Home Depot that'll accept that right there. Getting on a listing quick, merchant fulfilled, so shipping product direct to the customer rather than shipping off to FBA just for speed, right? Holiday sales, so we got Labor Day and then October Prime Day coming up next couple months, and then Halloween and then early Black Friday, then eventually Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales. So certain websites are only good when they have a big sale going on like that. Stacking these opportunities together, so like a holiday sale plus a discounted gift card or a tax exempt plus a discounted gift card, right? That's the big thing with experienced online arbitrage sellers. They just know which discounts go to which websites, and my coaching students for that part. So it just makes things significantly easier right there. As well as keeping well-organized SellerAmp Google Sheets of out-of-stock, almost good or back-to-school items as well too. Smart repricing, pricing above the buy box, especially going above merchant fulfilled buy boxes when you're an FBA seller is really helpful too. and using a sales tax-free prep center to actually not need to worry about prepping your products and get that delegated out and get to save sales tax in the process. That's something I help a lot of my coaching guys with too as they scale up their business. So if you guys want that guy we just looked at, I'll leave it down below at the link in the description. If you want personalized one-on-one help directly from me, now's a great time to apply for my coaching program with Q4 right around the corner, October to December. Now's the time to get started with this stuff. There's tons of holidays during that period. It's the best time of the year for sellers. It's really realistic for a lot of Amazon sellers to get 50% plus of their volume for the entire year just during Q4. So if you're interested in personalized one-on-one help directly from me, take a look down below at the link in the description, put in your information and apply right there. Tons of student interviews on my channel. We'll even pop up a whole bunch of student results up here on screen as well. My guy Paolo, Nick, some of these guys I've even seen me posting student interviews the past couple weeks. Folks killing it with families, with 9-to-5 jobs. I can help you if you're interested in really working hard and dialing in on this stuff. So take a look at that down below at the link in the description. Make sure to subscribe for more. If you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.